Hey friends, so today we're going to talk a little bit about street photography. First question is, what is street photography? To me, street photography is capturing the beauty of everyday life. And the reason why I love to shoot street photography is that it's so exciting and so unplanned. Generally, when you're out shooting street photography, I recommend you to always carry your camera around your neck. I'm currently shooting with the Ricoh GR version 2, which is probably the best small point and shoot camera for street photography. Ultimately, with street photography, the smaller the camera, the better, because the smaller the camera is, the less suspicious you're going to look, the less intimidating you're going to look. Generally, just using a point and shoot camera or even your iPhone is probably the best camera to use. When I'm out shooting street photography, I try to look half a block ahead of me to see the subjects moving into my frame. And generally with street photography, the best subjects to shoot are the photos of ordinary people. Generally, I look for characters, people with interesting faces. I also like to shoot street photography where people are just talking and interacting. And one thing I like to look for is hand gestures. So hand gestures of people's hands on their faces, people pointing in different directions. And the tip in street photography is get close. The famous saying from the photographer Robert Capa is, if your photos aren't good enough, you're not close enough. So generally, in terms of distance, I like to shoot from 1 arm length distance away, because the closer you are intimately in terms of your distance, the more emotionally close you could be too. Generally with street photography, my suggestion is shoot with a smile on your face, because the more you shoot with a smile, the less suspicious you're going to look and the less intimidating you're going to look. Also, a tip with your street photography is, even one thing you could do is use a little pop-up flash. Often when I shoot with the Ricoh GR version 2, I like to use the little pop-up flash because it gives you the chance to bring out the subject from the background. Also, another tip in street photography, tilt your camera a little bit, because by tilting the camera, you can make the compositions much more dynamic and much more engaging. Places to shoot street photography, try to go to where the fish swim. So generally shooting in, big downtown areas are the best places to shoot street photography, because you could blend in with the crowd and you're going to be a little bit less self-conscious yourself. Also, when it comes to shooting street photography, if you're a little bit nervous, the best thing to do is just ask for permission. So approaching a stranger and saying, "Oh, excuse me, sir," and giving them a compliment, saying, "Oh, I love your hat," or "I love your look. Do you mind if I make a few portraits of you?" And by saying make a portrait instead of take a picture, it sounds much more professional, it sounds more engaging, and it makes you sound a lot more friendly. So when you're out shooting street photography, don't be disappointed if you don't always get a good photograph, because street photography is so unpredictable. The more you shoot street photography, the more successful you're going to be. So focus on the effort. Is shoot street photography, be encouraging to yourself that, if you don't get a good photo today, maybe you can get a better photo tomorrow. And once again, when you're out shooting street photography, keep an open mind. Don't always have something that you're looking for. I would recommend is just be open to new experiences, be open to different scenes, and if your stomach and your gut says this might be a good photo, just take the photo.